Hello guys and girls, Screwzilla here, and I hope you're all well. And the April Fool's Day test, I think we will call it test, has come to light. Silent Thunder. Yes, submarines. Well, ladies and gentlemen, we will be getting some submarines to play with. Oh boy, oh boy, oh boy. So, in a clash between three of the major military powers of the 21st century, players will battle against each other in combat in some of the world's most powerful nuclear submarines. The three-dimensional depth of the ocean, realistic physics, and modern strategic weaponry will become available this weekend. All players will be able to take part in the initial first test. In the test version of the game, players will be able to try modern nuclear submarines from the three major military powers, the United States, Great Britain and Russia, where each vessel is armed with a unique selection of guided torpedoes and missiles. The test will be held in a location inspired by Spitzberg ocean area. Players will battle to capture one of the strategic zones, and once it's captured, cruise or ballistic missiles will be launched. Among the powerful armament of the Russian Yasen class, for example, are the destructive 3M14K caliber anti-ship and land attack cruise missiles, famous from their presence in recent conflicts. The only British nuclear submarine platform, the Vanguard class, excels in its guided anti-submarine torpedo armament, and a weight of 2 tons each boasts unparalleled anti-submarine power. The American Virginia class may have less potent torpedoes on offer, but more than makes up for it with nuclear warheads, each with a yield of up to 200 kilotons, fitted on dozens of the famous Tomahawk missiles. Silent Thunder aims for a completely new vehicular combat experience deep down below in the deepest, darkest depths of the world's oceans. Players will have to navigate and detect enemies using sonar and other detection devices, while trying to stay hidden from the ever-watchful eyes of their enemies. The slightest sound can reveal their location, so players need to be careful when activating their active sonar, firing torpedo, even scraping the outer hull against a rock or an iceberg can give away their position. This is a game for true naval tacticians. Break the chilling silence in the Arctic this weekend. Okay, so we're getting submarines. So this is the answer for the naval stuff. We're not going to be going to larger ships, then it looks like we're going to be going under the ocean. So the Yasen class nuclear submarine. What a beautiful looking boat. The Yasen is faster than other submarines in the game, but also makes more noise. The Yasen's armament consists of cruise missiles stored in 8 vertical launch tubes, and guided torpedoes stored in 10 torpedo tubes that are located not in the bow but in the sub's sides instead. This solution might seem unusual when comparing submarines to other similar class vessels, but it's justified by the fact that the bow of the Yasen is equipped with sonar system. In Silent Thunder, such a layout can prove to be somewhat advantageous to the Yasen's commander, as it allows this nuclear submarine to survive a torpedo hit to the bow, assuming the crew's number and skills are sufficient for them to isolate the damage areas in time. Only part of the weapons equipped on the Yasen nuclear submarines will be available during the beginning of the testing. For the new online action game Silent Thunder, we plan on expanding the selection of missiles and torpedoes in the game in the future. The guided physic torpedoes will serve as the Yemen's main weapon in underwater battles. These all-purpose deep-water torpedoes can be guided not only by sonar but by wire too. The later game mechanics will be available to the underwater fleet testers during the early testing stages. Besides the torpedoes, the Yasen boasts a large arsenal of ballistic and cruise missiles, which are stored in 4 of the vessel's 8 launch tubes. We have decided to model one of the most well-known cruise missiles deployed by the contemporary Russian military, the 3M-14K caliber missile with the high explosive warheads. Other missiles, including those equipped with nuclear warheads, will be added later on in open testing. So, ladies and gentlemen, we are definitely getting submarines. Right here we can see the layout, the torpedo tubes, the sonar, all the systems, the major systems, the nuclear boilers, everything like that, the reactors. Now, is this going to be a completely new game, or is this going to be part of War Thunder? Do not know. And then we have the Virginia class. Now, we still don't have the British one up for information, but we've got 35 minutes left until it starts. So, the Virginia class. The American Virginia class multi-purpose nuclear submarine are some of the most advanced underwater nuclear weapon platforms in the world, and in the game Silent Thunder. I don't know if there's a new website loaded up. The internal modular layout of the Virginia allows for different armament sets and launch systems. For the open beta testing of our new Project Silent Thunder underwater fleet, we are introducing the early series Virginia-class nuclear submarines with missile armaments stored in launch torpedoes. This follows the tradition of similar class vessels, starting from the 3rd series. The American engineers replaced the launch tubes with a rotary launch system carrying 12 cruise missiles. The Virginia missile armament consists of Tomahawk tactical cruise missiles stored in 12 launch tubes located in the sub's bow in front of the bulkhead. These missiles are equipped with nuclear warheads that possess an explosive force up to 200 kilotons. The Virginia can engage surface and submerged targets with her guided Mark 48 homing torpedoes that are launched from her 4 torpedo tubes. The torpedoes are capable of reaching speeds up to 55 knots, which allow the boat to take on the majority of warships and combat submarines. In our game, the Virginia-class multi-purpose nuclear submarine will be in the US Naval Tech Tree. In terms of dynamics and armament, the Virginia is roughly the same as the Yasen-class nuclear submarine, differing in slightly smaller dimensions. So, no vertical launchers, all the weapon systems launched from the front, as you can see. All the scopes there, all the guidance systems, again, similar layout. The nuclear areas, so if you're going to try and hit one of these, you want to hit it by basically midsection. But again, an absolutely beautiful submarine. It has got the silencing cone around the propeller, so you do get less cavitation and less noise. So Silent Thunder, no, it's just the web page. So yes, ladies and gentlemen, this is what is happening for April Fools. We are getting submarines. Another thing that is coming is hats for the tanks. This is just a bit silly. They're just oversized hats. Rather interesting looking hats. You can get them in game. Basically, just they're available for April Fools. You can deactivate them. They're just a bit of fun, really. Something a bit silly. But the main thing is going to be submarines. So yeah, interesting stuff. I think for naval, this means that we are definitely getting subs instead of larger ships. I don't think we'll be getting cruisers then. I think we'll be getting submarines, because destroyers are there for hunting submarines, of course. We have sub-hunters, we have corvettes and things like that. So I reckon it's going to be more that style of gameplay, which could be interesting, for sure. Submarines are really going to have a hard time in the game once warships start coming in, because a submarine is a very vulnerable target, especially from the air. Okay guys, I will see you again at some stage soon once the game has launched, once we have Silent Thunder underway. Bye bye for now.